So in the Poet's Choice, Helen Vendler on John Keats by Jeff Dolan and Joshua Cotten, they start off with kind of a quote from Virginia Woolf, actually, and Virginia Woolf states that she basically states that in reading, you want to read a book as if you were writing it to really understand it. And Dolvin and Cotten basically say that no one does this better than Helen Vendler because according to Vendler, the poet really is not thinking about the reader when they are writing their poetry. So, to really understand them, we need to become them. Um, and in doing this, we really need to enter into the mind of the poet. So, for Vendler, Vendler is not really concerned with anything that is outside the mind of the poet. Vendler doesn't look at anything uh, like certain politics or anything that were like surrounding the poet at the time. Uh, Instead, Vinland really focuses on the author's choices and why they make those choices. So, to do this, you really enter into that world by minding the details. Um, and doing that, you can do that, or readers can do that by asking certain questions like, why did an author choose this detail over another detail, or why did they use certain words instead of other words, or why did they put the words in a certain order, or why did they choose this image or that rhyme scheme, or even punctuation. Even punctuation choice matters in this. Uh, so for Vendler, every choice that a poet makes is important, and it's really the reader's job to find out why they do that. And for this part of the book, um, it really talks about, or for this part of the book, it discusses the noticing. Um, and it's really the reader's job to notice um, really important details or details that like may seem surprising or different. Um, so to talk about in analyzing something like that, they use, for example, the Keats's poem to Autumn, and how in that poem, harvest is presented out of order. The activities of the harvest are presented out of order. It's usually reaping, gleaning, and then threshing, but instead it happens threshing, reaping, and gleaning. And uh, they also talk about how this order could be easily missed because Keats uses different words, like winnowing for threshing and hook for the reaping. Um, Keats also uses those words in like a state of inactivity. So I think as Vendler describes it, it's like a reaper that's not reaping, a thresher that's not threshing, and a gleaner that's not gleaning. So uh, to discuss and analyze all that, just really look into that and why Keats did that, they come to the conclusion that it's to show an autumn that really kind of passively accepts the transitions that make autumn autumn. Because I think as they describe it, it's like, what is autumn if it does not lead to winter? So going with that example, it's basically looking at writers because they are, or looking at like poets because they are writers. They're making choices, they're solving problems, and there's basic questions that we can all ask. As I stated earlier, why does the author use this word choice over a certain different word choice? Uh, and that's the basic concept that Dolan and Coton were uh, discussing for Vendler. For my own thoughts on it, I actually really enjoyed this essay because uh, in in teaching college literature, the British survey that I took in summer one, I in one of my lesson plans, I actually had like um, a breakdown, like an activity of breaking down creating a poem, and like the process of creating a poem. Uh, so I think this could kind of play into that too, as well because of um, looking into like why you choose certain words and everything. So that really kind of went along with um, that lesson plan, um, and I like that idea. There wasn't really anything I thought that was that was confusing for this. Um, I believe everything was pretty straightforward for it.